Yeah, hey everybody, this is Ian from Mindful Marketplace. In this quick little walkthrough, I'm just going to give you some quick ideas or suggestions for building out your directory or marketplace or niche community platform on something like Card rather than using the more traditional CMS options like WordPress. So the genesis for this idea is lots of folks have been looking for alternative approaches to build out a niche community or a marketplace or a user or member directory and are really have grown tired, let's say, of using WordPress as the only viable option for accomplishing that aim. I personally have fallen into that camp, as many of you know, for more than a year at this point. I've been recommending alternatives to WordPress for these sorts of sites. None of them are perfect, none of them are ideal, but there are viable alternatives, especially for those of us who are marketers, writers, content creators, community builders, rather than, tech people. And I certainly put myself into that camp. So we've done a couple videos on Ghost. Ghost is something that is a real viable way of building a multi-author community for sure. And you can incorporate directory or marketplace style functionality very easily. We've covered Circle, which is a software as a service community platform that is, sort of like a Facebook for niches. And now we're looking at Card, right? And Card is something that we're using in 2021 quite extensively for our own, product or service offers. So we're building, these author landing pages and community landing pages and all sorts of cool things using Card. I'm certainly not a Card expert. I'm learning it on the fly. I have some other folks in my orbit who are much better than I am. But I'm going to show you, let's see if I can find a example of, let's say, a podcast oriented marketplace. This is one of the things that I've been playing with, designing myself. I have someone who's helping do some Card design work that's much better than me, but even me as a dummy, really less than a month of using Card, you can come up with these podcast, let's say, directories for your community, right? So if you have a community of folks who are publishing podcasts and you want to build this piece of your platform using Card, it's quite easy to do. You can segment it by seasons, YouTube videos. As you saw above, I actually incorporated a Twitter feed into mine, my own Twitter feed. So you can actually create a marketplace or this is me, you can create a marketplace or a community of your users' Twitter updates using Card in a really cool and strategic way. You can also do something like a product directory. There's no searchable functionality or no search function that I can find that's easy to incorporate into Card. I don't think, anyway. I think you would need to start embedding other external platforms like Airtable. It's a little bit beyond my comfort level at this point. Doobie, stop barking and come here, buddy, please. But you can see here, you can pick. This is like a product oriented directory for products that you may be selling as an affiliate. It's not great looking. I don't love this, but here's another one that I think could actually be quite a good alternative for WordPress. If you're against WordPress, let's say, a viable alternative to using WordPress, if you're creating a members directory, right? So this can be it's extensible insofar as you can have as many profile pictures as you like. As you can see here, all of these link out to the members landing pages themselves. This one happens to be pretty nice, this person's landing page. These are all designers, I presume. I'm not familiar with this guy nor the site. Let's look at this guy. Yeah, so I mean they're all kind of designer. This is landing on a, I don't know if that's hers or no. I guess that's. I mean, these are just filler profiles for this particular directory. Although some of these designs are really nice, obviously. All right, and you can, images, illustrations, find inspiration. So you can really create a horizontal kind of, like you could categorize something like this horizontally, and then just link out. They anchor to individual sections which within card. And again, you could have 100, 200 faces or places that are that you can put together literally in a day as a way of testing your directory before you actually flesh it out and bring it out to the world in a more robust or detailed way, let's say, right? So I don't know that. I mean, you can certainly make money from something like this, no doubt, using card. I think it's ideal for profiles like this, and I've seen a lot of profile directories that have been done on Webflow and tools like that that look great. That I think people are making good money from. And if you're offering services, you can certainly charge people for landing pages, right? So let's say, for an example, in your community, you're doing something like this for restaurants. You could quite simply, have all these restaurants listed and, you know, start selling web design services to the restaurants that have shitty websites or have no website or have bad landing pages. You could do the same thing for carpenters, plumbers, designers, dentists. It matters not. And again, you could do this all on card and affiliate products. There's really no limit other than the limits of our imaginations on how you can do some things like this. I mean, so one of the things that on our podcast project that we're looking to pitch to our own mindfulness-oriented members is creating individual pages for the individual podcast members. So, for an example, if you're listed on our podcast, the directory that I just showed you a minute ago, that I'm just playing with. That's not really a published project right now. My internet is always slow when I do this. It's crazy. So here's just an example of a really simple, podcast, right here, that you can have a link to. You can have subscription, buttons that link out to, to subscribe to the podcast. You can have, here's a Gumroad button, right? And you could have a series of landing pages that you're incorporating into your offer that you're giving your members when they sign up, let's say, for a year to be part of your podcast or to be part of your product directory or your design directory. Essentially, you can sell a landing page like something like this, which has their most recent podcast, a link to their, whatever it is that they're selling, another link, links to their, to their socials or their, sign up pages, or in this case, subscription to their podcast. Again, this is all very easy to do on card in a really affordable way and in no tech way. You don't have to know any code. You don't have to know any design. It's simply driven by dint of, in this case, these are all templates that I've purchased, or your own ability just to kind of play with the default card templates, which are also pretty good. If you haven't seen those, let me see if I can show you what those look like real quickly, and then we'll end this because I don't want this whole thing to be about card. Right, so here are some of just the default designs that come with card. If you're on a pro package, anything that has a pro tag you have access to. it's just a great way of incorporating both the monetization elements, in this case, giving your members their own landing pages or designs, and the directory or the community piece, which again can be done without any tech. There's no plugins. There's no, there's no themes external to those that are designed to work with Card in a completely integrated, updated, and seamless way. So you're not buying a theme that needs to work with WooCommerce, needs to work with this plugin, needs to all that stuff. I think is, should be in our rear view mirrors. If you're somebody who doesn't enjoy that, there are people who are really good with WordPress who enjoy that. I'm not one of those people, and for the most part, my own clients and community are not those people either. All right, so that's this is just a little example of just some of the many templates that you have available to you in Card, and these are ridiculously affordable. Okie doke. So hopefully it's given you some ideas. Again, the themes that I was showing you are all premium themes. These are all things that I've purchased. So for the or designed myself. Like this is a combination of, or this is a combination of a theme that I purchased and then edited. So are these, as you can see. So this, for an example, was a theme that I purchased back in December and then made some edits to for, I think, a book. Landing pages in 3 days offer, etc., etc. All right, anyway, you can explore it if you're interested on your own. Hope this has been helpful. If you have any questions, ask in the community area of our course community, and I'm happy to help if I can. Again, I'm not a Card expert, but I'm happy to help in any way I can. Okay, thanks so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.